I was wondering. Gullig.
All right. Come on in, guys. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. We got to kick off the program. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to Startup Grind Almedalen. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jonas Almeling. I'm the director of Startup Grind in Sweden, and I coordinate Startup Grind in the Nordics. How many of you guys have been to Startup Grind before? It's about half. It's funny how that is, because everywhere we go, it's always about half, even in Almedalen. This is the second time we're doing Startup Grind in Almedalen. And for those of you who haven't been to Startup Grind before, this place has no other agenda than to be valuable for entrepreneurs. This is a place that is built on the core foundations of the pay-it-forward culture. So it's a place where we help each other, where we give rather than get. And to me, the most powerful, it is a place where we build friendship rather than just create contacts. Startup Grind, we brought it to Almedalen for a reason. Because we wanted to build a place here that is truly valuable for entrepreneurs and make Almedalen even more valuable for entrepreneurs. Last year, we interviewed Fredrik Feffe Andersson, who was one of the masterminds behind bringing the corporates to Almedalen and created things like the Rosé Mingle. We're really glad and proud of those guys. They just won the Innovation Prize for Almedalen for their app Mingla. And if you guys are not on Mingla yet, you should definitely get on there and do the Tinder for Almedalen. And know that is not to get laid. Just so you know, so you don't have to put in like how tall you are or anything like that. So we're not here to tell the politicians what to do. We're here to bring you a conversation around how we do things in the startup world and what we can learn from each other. So, and in order to do so, we also want you guys to interact. So we set up a Slido channel. It's called SG Almedalen. You just go into the sly.do on your phone and write in SG Almedalen. And you can start posting questions there. And you can also upvote questions from someone else if you feel that this is something that is really, truly valuable. And since this is being live streamed, this is also a possibility for anyone who's not here to ask questions and interact with us. So do get your phones out and check that out. Well, I'm not going to talk a lot because this is not about me. So I want to introduce to you tonight's host. And what we do at Startup Grind is that we welcome our guests and our hosts in the fashion that they deserve. So we do a rock star greeting. You know what the rock star greeting is? It's when you greet someone in the way that, you know, this is your biggest idol. This is like the person you always wanted to see on stage. So you get out of your seat, you scream, you go crazy. That's how we greet people at Startup Grind. So now, please help me to welcome our host. Our host tonight, he's a really fantastic guy. He's a very inspiring person. He's a motivational speaker. He's a moderator. He's part of the Young Entrepreneurs Advisory Board at the Business Owner Association. But he's also a global person. He's born in Sweden, but he has Swedish and English passport. And he's actually part of the floorball national team in England. So he's actually an illustration of what we're talking about tonight, about global talent, in his small and fantastic way. But to me, he's a person who's really bringing a new way of thinking when it comes to leadership, when it comes to young leadership. And I so look forward to having him on this stage. So please, with a rock star welcome, please welcome Staffan Taylor.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Lovely dovely. Oh,
someone is doing that in a lovely sound. Shoo, shoo, shoo. We can do it all night. But I would like to start to say that I want to say thank you to every each one of you who are here tonight. And I'm going to start to tell a secret. So after this day, you will know it, but not so many people know it. So I'm going to tell it to you. Actually, my dad, he is from England. That's true. He was born in Liverpool. He went on a journey to Greece and met my lovely Swedish mother, Marie, on a Greece restaurant. And then they decided to move to Sweden. So my dad is a love immigrant. So he came to Sweden. When he came to Sweden, he was so determined that he was going to learn Swedish. He wanted to integrate in the Swedish society, so he was practicing Swedish and Swedish and Swedish. So during my upbringing, there was a lot of Swedish, and sometimes it could also be Swinglish, if you heard about that phenomenon. You know about it, yeah? So during my upbringing, he could say like, yeah, Stefan, the breakfast is ready now. We have some scrambled eggs, and på bordet så står det gurka och tomater också, så det är bara att ta dem. So half could be English and half could be Swedish. So I'm a Swinglish entrepreneur and a Swinglish professional dreamer. So thank you for that introduction, and thank you for letting me being the host here tonight. And I will not be alone. I have two really inspiring guests which are gonna share their stories tonight with us. So we're gonna have them next to me. And before that, we're also gonna look at each other. So take a quick look at your neighbors. Take a quick look. And you can also do like this. Feel a little bit at your neighbor as well. Feel so they feel good. Yeah? Okay, that's good. What I can see on your smiles, it felt good, yes. It felt good. We are here together this night, so we did have a slider presentation. So do you have any questions during the night? You can do that. And as Jonas said, I am playing for Great Britain national floorball team. I'm not going to tell you the rank we are at. We are quite low, but we're still going strong, been playing 2 World Cup qualifications. But we're not going to play floorball tonight. But I have promised my teammates, before they go and Brexit and exit and eat breakfast and everything they do in Great Britain right now, I'm going to send a link to them so they can join us tonight as well. And maybe they can ask some questions. I hope they give us good questions, but I'm sending the link to them right now. And if you want to do that to other people as well, feel free. So we create this together. Does that sound like a good plan? Yes. Can you do like this? Move your finger like this if you agree with that one so everyone can. Yeah. Let's take a picture and put it on Facebook now. Startup Grind. Crazy meeting. So that's the start. We're going to do this together. And this evening is about welcoming each other. This evening is about seeing each other in our eyes and our friends' eyes and welcome each other, because we have 2 guests who are working with this on a daily basis. We have first our guest, Andreas König. He has inspired me a lot, and I hope and I feel, and my goal is that after our conversation here, you can bring at least 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things, which you can use in your life afterwards. So I'm taking up the temptation now. Does that sound good? Lovely, lovely. And we're going to do experiment before I present Andreas. I want to do like this. If you want to play with me now, I would like to do a presentation where it's total silent in here. I want you to imagine that it will be like a needle, and if you drop the needle, you can hear it. Because that's experiment number 1, and then I promise you we're going to give him a number 2 presentation. Are you with me on this one? Shall we play? Yes. What's the rule? Total silence? Okay, now I'm going to be so inspiring right now. With us today, we have a guy called Andreas König. And the company name, can't remember right now, but I think it was just arrived. So welcome up, Andreas. Yes, there he goes.
Okay.
Now we can drop the needle. Oh, we have to stop there. Andreas, we take it one more time. Okay, I want everyone to take a deep breath just now. We were part of an experiment which we could feel in our body. Could you feel it in your body, yeah? You could feel it. People are like, yeah, I felt it. Did you feel it? But now we're going to do it one more time, and we're going to go into that welcome part where we give our hearts totally to this guy, because this guy is on a daily basis working to welcome people, working to connecting people, and he has inspired thousands of people the last years, and he has now just arrived together with his excellent team, and we're gonna listen to his story. So can we have some practice how does the audience sound if we have a warm applaud? How does a warm applaud sound? So if we start like that, a warm applaud. Warm applaud, yeah. How does a strong applaud sound? Yeah. How does a happy applaud sound? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Let's combine all three of these. But now, my ladies and gentlemen, we have our first guest. His name is Andreas König.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Please have a seat, my friend.
Yeah, where should I sit?
You can sit over here.
Okay, thank you
And
very
I can
much.
sit over here. How did the welcome feel, the first one, regarding to
The second one was better.
The second one was
Definitely,
better, yeah?
Yeah, I just need to turn up my sound. There we go.
Definitely. So the second one was better?
The second one was much better. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being here, Andreas. We have, I've heard a rumor, it's been someone whispering in my eyes that when you arrived to Almedalen, you've been on different events and panel discussions and so on.
Yeah.
But it was some morning where it almost went wrong. Something happened this morning.
Yeah,
You know what I mean when I say that?
Oh yeah. I can tell you. So I was supposed to be at Almega in a panel.
Yeah.
We were going to discuss integration and how we can get new arrivals into the labor market of Sweden. And I was 5 minutes late, and I didn't know it at that time, but I got the wrong address. So I ran down to Strandvägen, and I went in, and they had already started, so they were standing up on stage. So I was running in, I went to the sound guy, and I said, look, I'm going to be on stage, So he was kind of stressed, so he put on a mic, and then when I was standing up, I was walking up to the stage, and then I saw Socialstyrelsen. So I went completely wrong. I came 15 minutes late to the other seminar, but it went okay. And you can always come late when you work for this company, because you can always say that I just arrived, and it's okay. So yeah.
That's a good one. That's
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
So you just arrived to Almedalen. That's excellently. And I have to sort one story out before we go into your personal life and the story we just arrived. It's another rumor I have to clarify. We have to resolve this because I have been talking with a friend of yours, which you known quite many years back, and I think you maybe know who it is.
Yeah,
it's Per Klingwell.
Yeah, Per.
So I called Per and I told him, like, I'm going to interview Andreas. What can you give him for kind of like smarrigheter, we say in Sweden? Smarrigheter is like the good stuff where you really want to get out. Yeah. And he said, I have a story that I've heard that your favorite place to go to is Budapest.
Yeah, it's a nice place, yeah.
And one time when you went to Budapest,
yeah.
the mafia of Budapest, they almost took you or something like that.
Yeah.
Is this true or not? So we
can
clarify this.
It's partly true. So basically, what happened was that me and a friend, Joseph, we had a night out, and we went back to the hotel, and we thought to ourselves, well, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Everything is open up until 5 o'clock. So we said to each other, let's go out again. So we went down to the street, and there is such a thing called the taxi mafia of Budapest.
Yes.
So always take a yellow cab when you go to Budapest, guys, just so you know. So we went into the cab. He drove us off into an alley. And he said that this is the best place. We went into an empty bar with maybe 3 or 4 people in there. They started serving us wine, and we sat there for maybe half an hour. And when it was time to leave, they turned down the music, they dimmed the lights. The staff was standing behind us, and they took out the guard, a big guy. You could hear his leather jacket when he was walking, shaved hair. I'm kind of big, but he was maybe twice my size. So I got kind of scared. So it all ended up with that we, he said that I tried to talk us out of the situation. That's what you want to do. So he wanted to have 11,500 Swedish kronor because entrance fee was 2,500 Swedish kronor into this place, which was reasonable, but I don't understand why he wanted so much for the wine. So what we did was that we took off.
We took off.
We took off, and
just arrived.
we just left. Yeah. So we ran out into this alley, and if you've ever been running with maybe just a slight amount of alcohol in your blood, and if you have adrenaline and you're being quite scared, after maybe a minute, any saliva disappears from your mouth. So I was running, and I felt that it got drier and drier. So I slowed down, and I heard my friend behind me shouting, "Kut Andreas!" And they were after us.
That means run in English.
Yeah. So we ran for maybe 4 hours through the city of Budapest, and they were chasing us. They knew our hotel. We told them that.
You have 7 more seconds on this story.
Yeah. We also said that we worked within finance because we didn't want to tell them that we were students for some reason. So, we were kind of naive, so to say.
So from Budapest, you just arrived to Almedalen, Gotland, and now you're here. Give him a warm applause, Andreas König! Andreas, we're going to welcome you here, whatever you call it, Startup Grind Mafia, or what's the name of it. We're going to do it like this. We're going to even travel back in time and go back to Uddevalla. What do you feel about Uddevalla?
It's a great place.
What is your first memory of Uddevalla?
Uddevalla is perhaps one of the... You know what? Uddevalla has got, I think, 10 years in a row, they got the prize of the most boring house of Sweden.
Yeah.
That's one thing. We are also very famous for Farmen Blondie.
Yes.
We also have Snygg Erik, who participated in Idol.
And you also have a great football player called Martin Dahlin.
We do?
Yes, we do. I'm in Wikipedia this city now, so I know everything.
What's his name again?
Martin Dahlin. How many knows about Martin Dahlin here?
Is he from Udd?
Yeah, of course. Yes,
wow.
he's from Uppsala. Yeah, he's a great player.
Okay,
We have to call him right now and
say
we have Uddevalla on stage.
Martin, where are you?
Martin and Andreas finally meet. So what I want to come to is that you are from Uddevalla, but your journey didn't end in Uddevalla, even though you might come back, I don't know. But you have been in Gothenburg for a couple of years.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're going to tell me your story about studying in Gothenburg. How would a student describe Andreas König if you take away the Budapest story and take away like some of the criminal stuff? No, kidding.
Yeah.
How was Andreas König as a student?
Wow. I think I was naive.
Yeah.
No, I think I started studying media and communications, a bachelor in media and communication at the University of Gothenburg, and I think that I think I was entrepreneurial at the time already. Then I started up a network connected to Marknadsföreningen i Göteborg, which is the biggest business network in Göteborg. So I wanted to connect not new arrivals, but students and the business life of Gothenburg.
How did you came up with that idea? Because already then you were connecting people, You saw a gap between students and the industry and trade business companies,
Yeah.
So how did you see it, and what did you do to connect these people?
Well, I felt that at our institution it was kind of we didn't get to meet relevant companies or relevant employers, even though we were talent, and I wanted to connect us with the business life, which we did.
We will soon jump into the Just Arrived story, but can you give us a brief, short, what is Just Arrived, so everyone knows about? How many have heard about Just Arrived before or read about it and so on? Yeah, quite many.
That's great.
So can you give us a short presentation before we continue on your personal story, but short about Just Arrived? What have you created? What have you done?
Sure. So we have created a digital platform that connects new arrivals in Sweden with job opportunities.
Yeah.
So what we do is that we mediate first and foremost, simple tasks and services to new arrivals. We want to lower the thresholds into the Swedish labor market. And we've been participating in a lot of panels here, and a lot of people are talking about that we should discuss, we should network, we should do this and we should do that, and we're already doing it. We're already getting new arrivals out into labor, into getting jobs.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And we'll come back to that quite soon again.
Sure. Yeah.
But now you got a short brief about Just Arrived.
Yeah.
But I have just arrived with a new question to you. We'll do this every night. We have a quote over here. What you do in the small context, create the one you become in the future.
Yeah.
We had a call, we had a meeting
Yeah.
and we were talking about this, and
Yeah.
we come up with this quote, or you said that it was something you got inspired by.
Yeah.
What does this mean for you? What you do in a small context, creating one you become in the future?
Well, basically, it means that that you should start. I think that you should start dreaming big from the beginning when you start something. That's what I did when I started the Students Network, even though it didn't end up as big as Just Right has turned out to be. But I believe that it's in the small details and what you do in the start that defines what you are going to become, what you are going to build in the future. So yeah, that's what it means.
Steps you take.
Exactly, small steps you take.
Can I do a quick experiment with the people?
Yeah, sure.
I love to be as a professor, so if everyone of each of you can hold your hands next to each other like this.
Should I do this as well?
Yeah, you can do the same
Okay.
as well. And now I'm going to count to 3. And when I say 3, I want everyone and each of you to clap your hands. Was that easy peasy? Yes. So when I say 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, damn. I missed the professor in my white rocket. So what I wanted to do now was to combine that what you said with that the small steps we take.
Yeah.
Because I tend to see that people don't do what we say, people do what we do.
Yeah,
And as in
yeah.
this experiment, this was like quite high statistical proof by the professor. So
Good one. Good one.
how do you see on that one, like being working in as a team and lead as example? Because first of all, I want to go back to that. I've heard from Per as well that you've been working many years as a non-profit organizations as well, and being engaged in communities and so.
Yeah.
Want to tell me more about your commitments to different communities?
Sure. I've been growing up. I've been working with youth camps. I've been working with children's choirs. I have through church. I grew up in a church, so it's been a very natural way for me to engage, not pro bono, but voluntarily in different engagements. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I've been a part of building up or being a part of the Gothenburg startup scene. So I've been a part of building up the Gothenburg startup hack. Has anyone heard of it? Gothenburg startup hack? A few. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
there they are. They're building
So
up
we,
the applause.
Yeah. So we built perhaps Sweden's coolest hackathon. We were in a bank vault the first year. Second year we rented a boat and we took 100 coders, developers out out on the ocean in Gothenburg and let them sit there and do some coding. And this year we were in the Gothia Towers in Gothenburg.
Interesting.
Yeah. So so I've been working with that. I've been working. I think I was helping out when Startup Grind was introduced into Sweden as well.
Yeah, in Gothenburg, yeah.
Yeah.
Where did the interest come for, like the startup community and tech companies and community world overall? Like, was that someone who introduced it to you, or something that you were born in Uddevalla and like, I'm going to go in the startup world? You opened your eyes and then you went.
Yeah. No, I believe for me it has. I'm very. Do you say unafraid? Yeah, I'm very unafraid as a person, but I also am very curious. So I guess whenever I would meet someone that I found interesting, I would go for it, and it's always been it's been a part of my. This sounds cheesy now when I think of it, but I like meeting new people and try to make new things happen. I've always done it, and it's been a very easy way to do it voluntarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you a picture over here. So let me see if I can connect with this one. And
there are some questions there. Okay, right. That's
the first question is, how does it feel to see yourself? No, I'm kidding. That was a made-up question.
Thank you.
My first question, I would like to say that you're in Almedalen right now.
Yeah.
Oops, now we disappeared again. There. So, my ladies and gentlemen, now it's black, and there's the car, and now it's black, and my ladies and gentlemen, here's the car of Just Arrived 2016. Yeah, boy. So please, tell us.
How many have been here during the week of Almedalen? How many of you have seen this car? Oh, okay. You missed something.
But they've seen it now.
You've seen it now. So basically, what we've been driving this beauty all around the city.
Yeah.
Driving people to the airport back and forth. We've picked up a lot of celebrities and politicians and people that we brought into Almedalen, and we also drove them back to the airport. So it's been a part of a campaign that we call Fast Track. So it symbolizes that Just Arrived is a fast track for new arrivals in Sweden into the Swedish labor market. And we are super proud. We've been working with Halvarsson Halvarsson, which they are upstairs. And they've been working with us developing this campaign, which we are very proud of.
And you're a quite good teamer. I have seen you everywhere, but that's because I have decided to look after you. But
how many are flying back to Stockholm, Gothenburg, or anywhere else? Is there anyone who's flying? So how many booked a cab? Oh, you did? Okay, so for you who didn't, I got some tickets left if you want to have a free ride. It's for free. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You could go onto Twitter, our Just Arrived account, and we will, and you could just ping us there, and we'll fix it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
sweet.
It's really beautiful.
Connect with Just Arrived.
Yeah.
I have another question for you now. You are quite a team who are here in Almedalen right now, and you also have one person working right now in Almedalen.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about this person? If I'm correct, his name is Ali.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you meant like
yourself.
Us.
Yes, you're working all the time.
Yeah,
I know.
because we're five people working in Almedalen.
Yeah.
So we are very glad and proud to have Carlsberg hiring Ali, who has been working for them during the Almedalen week down at in the harbor, handing out alcohol-free drinks, beverages, beer. It's been absolutely great. I think we have a picture of that.
Yes, we have a picture of that. So if you can have back the presentation. So I want to. There we got it. So here's a picture of. Can you tell me more about this picture for the audience? What do we see here? What's happening?
Here we see Anna, who's working at Carlsberg, and she is standing side by side with Ali, who's having his cap on. I think Ali, I think you are handing out beer, right? Yeah, that's what you do on the picture. Du delar ut öl? Yeah. So yeah.
We give Ali a warm applause.
Ladies and gentlemen. So I think we are very glad to say that. I mean, Ali came from you came to Sweden 8 months ago, right? Du kom för 8 månader sedan. 9 månader sedan. Och det känns jättekul. It feels really good. Really good to have you here and to have you working through Just Arrived.
Tack så mycket.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. So, Ali, Swedish or English?
Lite
Or Persian
svenska
maybe?
Och lite English.
Okej. Hur känns det att vara här ikväll, att vara på Almedalsveckan på Gotland? Hur känns det att vara här på Gotland? Känns det bra?
Mycket bra.
Mycket bra. Ja, det är härligt. Vad kul att du kunde vara med ikväll också. Så vi ger Ali en varm applåd också, som kommer vara med oss i kvällen också. Så det är grymt. Ja, verkligen. Ja, det är häftigt. Och Ali kommer vara med under kvällen också, så man kan gå fram och prata med Ali sen också. Och prata med alla och allt vad det kan tänkas vara. Yes. Men jag har en till bild som jag ska visa också. Och nästa bild, det är att det är ju många personer som har engagerat sig och intresserat sig för Just Arrived. Och sorry, thank you so much. I just changed.
Swinglish.
That was the Swinglish. That was Swinglish. It goes so quick in here. It's the mind and the body. So what I just said is that it's so good to be a Swinglish man, because sometimes you wake up in the morning and start to talk English, and sometimes you talk Swedish. That was I said, quite-ish.
Yeah.
Now what I said is that I have one more picture to show you, and the first question is that it's been more people this month since you started that been gathering. Yeah. So if I'm correct, you're over 150 people who has been giving and sharing knowledge pro bono,
Yeah.
building homepages, and so on.
Yeah.
So, do you want to first tell me more about that journey of being like a small team to being a bigger team?
Yeah. So basically, what happened was that we were a couple of people that sat down in September of 2015. We were a couple of people from Universum. We had a guy from Tuscarora, Robin. We were a couple of people who were sitting down, and we were discussing how we could help new arrivals in Sweden.
Yeah.
So we got in touch. We said that we want to create a digital platform. That's what we want to do. So we knew that we wanted to create some sort of app. So we ran into Antrop, which is one of Sweden's best design agencies, actually. And when I proposed, when I said, "Hey guys, do you want to help out with Just Arrived? We're going to help loads of new arrivals getting into the Swedish labor market," they said, "Yeah, and we will do it for free. We will do it pro bono." And since then, I think they were maybe 4 or 5 people who were working with Just Arrived. And since then, we have been having 150 volunteers working with Just Arrived, building it up, which we are super proud of. We are super glad, and this wouldn't not have been possible without the volunteers of Just Arrived.
Do you have any volunteers here tonight? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have Olof standing there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's one guy. I've been seeing Olof like 20 times these days, because when I've been walking in Almedalen, I see a car drive and it's like, "Hey Stefan, how are you?" And that's Olof sitting there smiling.
Yeah.
And then I go into the next building and like, "Hey, how are you? Do you want some coffee?" And then it's on the next place. So Olof, I've seen you everywhere, so we keep on our eyes on you.
How do you pronounce your name in English? I just need to...
Staffan?
You say Stefan, okay.
Staffan.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Sometimes, sometimes it's Stefan.
Stefan, oh yeah.
And when I'm really cool, I call myself for Steven.
Yeah, because Staffan is not a very British name, since you have a British father.
We have to call my mom right now, because I've been thinking of that since I was born. It's like, what did you do? Taylor is like this super cool English name, and Staffan is like, how shall I get this together? Yeah. But they told me that you can use Steven. But then I went to England and said like, yeah, my name is Steven. And then I like saw my passport and so, and it was Staffan. They're like, no, not your name is not Steven. That's another name. Your name is Staffan. So sometimes Stefan and Staffan, but I go with Staffan.
Staffan, I love it.
And sometimes Mr. Taylor, but then I'm really cool. So that's a different level. Yeah. That's a different level. But another person who has got the interest in Just Arrived, it's a guy I'm going to show you right here. So that's Per Klingveld once again, and Mr. Fredrik Grind
everywhere.
Do you want to tell me more about this picture? What happened? Why is this picture taken, and why is that on Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, this is the former Swedish Prime Minister, Fredrik Reinfeldt, and I think we had a 1.5 hours meeting with him just a week ago, and I think that this picture symbolizes the interest that Just Arrived have gained throughout these 7 months, 8 months since we started. So not only do we have a lot of volunteers, but we also gain a lot of traction and attraction from people like Fredrik Reinfeldt and other politicians, and from the business life as well. So we are super happy about that.
Super happy about that. But what are you doing in Almedalen now? We've been seeing the cars, some of them seeing the cars. And do you want to tell us more? What is your mission during Almedalen now?
Yeah,
you have some special.
Yeah. So we had a soft launch of our platform in May. So what we are doing right now is that we are here in Almedalen we're almost there. We are taking in 100 companies into our platform, allowing them to mediate tasks and services to new arrivals.
Okay.
And I think we're almost there. So I mean,
is the possibility still there?
Tomorrow is sorry.
Is the possibility still there? If
it is. It is. I could check how many spots are left.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Let's do it live.
Yeah. Let's do it live. So if you have your smartphone, I hope this works now. So let's go on to justarrive.se if you have a smartphone /Almedalen, and you should see a counter. This is a very good exercise. 22 platser kvar. 22 spots left.
22. So who can apply here? Can you please give us...
If you are a company
Yeah.
If you believe that you have simple tasks and services that would be that would not require that you are fluent in Swedish, for example,
Yeah.
we would very much like to talk to you and see if we could have you on our platform. It would be a pleasure.
It will be a pleasure. And actually, I got a question here from the audience. So I'm going to ask that to you right now. And
Yeah.
that is, what can we do to help? What can we do to help Just Arrived?
Oh, great question. I think that the best way you can help is if you live in Stockholm, Gothenburg, or Malmö. I think that if you want to be one of our ambassadors, please take contact with me. But also, I think that if you spread the message about Just Arrived and in your networks, and social media, keep telling people about us, and also tell new arrivals about us. We need to spread the word. I think we have approximately 600 new arrivals in the list. We haven't onboarded all of them yet, and we have maybe 150 companies on the other side that we are letting into the platform slowly.
To connect with people.
To connect, yeah.
Let's do a connection right now as well. I want everyone to stand up where you are. Stand up, stand up. Friskis and svettis. No, it's already svettis in here. No, it's already quite sweaty, but I'm going to take it easy with you. I've done hardcore sessions with audience like this, but I'm going to do a semi-hardcore session. But I want you to just move your body like this. And then gunga lite på knäna, we say in Sweden. That's bend your knees. And now I want you to go on the first impulse and find a new person to sit next to, which you haven't met before or been talking to before. And the best part of this is that you have to do this in 30 seconds. And it has to be in total silence. And when you see this person, you give a high five to them, and then you find your new place. So 30 seconds start right now. I was wondering... And you can say hello, but then you have to sit down. I was wondering... Na, 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 na. It's 10 seconds left. Okay, my friends, then we start again. A lot of high fives right now, so that's good to see. I like that. Now we're going to do like this, that I shall not force you to feel your neighbor right now. You don't have to do that, but we're going to take a couple of more questions to you, then we're going to present our next guest.
Yeah.
So if we look at Just Arrived, it's been an interesting journey of going from like 1 person, 2 person, 5 person, and now it's 150 persons who has in one another way contributed to Just Arrived.
Yeah.
How have you managed to do this? Of course, it's a team, but how have you and your team managed to do this to work as a team? It's many people. Why are people willing to help and commit and connect?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I believe when you build a team or when you build a community or anything, I believe that it's very important to have a purpose from which the team emanates or that the team revolves around. And I believe in stories. I believe that when you are in your working place, I believe that you're there, you're a part of a story, and you're playing a role in that story. And I think that we have a very compelling story that we are telling with Just Arrived. We are telling, our story is all about the new arrivals, the people that have fled their home countries from war and terror. They have crossed oceans and walked over mountains into Sweden. And here they are standing at our doorstep. Not only at our doorstep, they are here already. So, we must help them. It's our responsibility, and that's our story. And I think that it's very topical as well, and I think people are getting very engaged by that.
Yeah, we will soon welcome our second guest, but a question to you regarding like building this. Could you tell us one more time about the application, like the platform? How does it work so everyone like can see it in front of them?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So imagine.
imagine all the people.
Imagine all the people in our platform, in our digital platform.
That would be a good one.
So basically, how many in here have used Uber?
Uber.
Hands up.
How many used Uber?
So what we have created, ladies and gentlemen, is Uber for small tasks and services connected to which we mediate to new arrivals in Sweden. But there is one big difference between us and Uber, and it's the main fact that we do take full employment responsibility.
Yeah.
So basically, we pay taxes, social fees, insurances from the start. So we are helping the new arrivals to becoming an integrated part of society, not only by meeting as the Swedish people, but also by paying taxes and being a part of contributing to our society.
You have made something which is really hard and a lot of paperwork to make it really easy.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've done it in an application.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I believe that. How many here can an asylum seeker work? Hands up if they can, if you believe they can.
What did you say?
Asylum seekers. Can an asylum seeker work? Hands up if you think so. Okay, so if you don't think so, hands up. Okay, there are quite many not answering. So, but the thing is, it's really complex. It's really hard to know and to find out whether asylum seeking can work or not. And we are trying to simplify that process and the fact that they actually are allowed to work. You need three things. You need a coordination number, which is a temporary personnummer. You do need to have AT-UND, which is arbetstillstånd och undantag, which allows them to work.
Yeah.
And we have also said that they do need a bank account in order for us to pay out the money. But we do have yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing.
And I'm telling you about the platform. Yeah, that's where we are. So basically, what we're doing is that we are connecting new arrivals. We are visualizing two groups that are looking for each other in society: new arrivals and companies. Because new arrivals, they want to have a job. Companies, they do want to help, but they don't know how. So that's what we're doing. We're matching them together, taking full employment responsibility when the task or the work is performed, executed. And then in the end, and this is so genius, and I know that there are a few other platforms that have this function as well, but it's really simple and it's really genius that we do let the new arrival to grade the company, and we let the company grade the new arrival. Due to the fact that the new arrival can grade the company, we can make sure that the companies are treating our new arrivals well on our platform, that they are following our high quality standards. On the other hand, when the companies do grade the new arrival, we are helping them to build their new resume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the problem. People are coming here, and sometimes even if they can work, people are a bit, companies are a bit, employers are a bit hesitant of whether to when they are reviewing the resume, because they don't recognize the companies, the brands, etc., etc. So we are helping them building up their new resume, which we are very proud of. It's also a trend that comes from America, where people now are using Amazon and eBay, and they are taking their aggregated, accumulated grades, and they're putting it into their resumes and saying, "Hey, I sold this items to 1,000 people, and they gave me 4.7 out of 5 stars. I'm a great guy." So that's what we do. And there's another
One more.
Yeah. So there's another thing. Why this is so important? If you look at statistics.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking right now, because if you look at statistics, after 10 years, 20% have not even been in touch with the labor market in Sweden. So after 10 years, 40% cannot support themselves. So these are crazy numbers. We're talking about thousands and thousands of people that are disconnected from society. that are not being able to work. And we are addressing that, and we are...
And that's something you're going to stop right now. And you have also people with you, and people also had invested in this one.
Yeah.
And we have one person who is a professional. If I'm a professional dreamer, I will call her a professional investor, because she's have experience both from Europe but also from the Middle East. So we're also going to welcome her. So, but first I want everyone to stand up to our next guests. So my ladies and gentlemen, if you are reading the news the recent days, she actually got nominated as the top 3 person in the business during Almedalen these days. She also is one of the founders of the application Wrap. She is an investor who works in the Middle East. So this is a person who has been meeting entrepreneurs all over the world. Something you maybe don't know about her is that she loves to eat aubergine, and she even has an own blog about eating aubergine. So this is a true super inspirational woman. So I want you all to put together all of your applause. Some more yelling, some more American, Canada, Middle East, Europe yelling, and we present this superwoman, Aurore Belfrog.
What a phenomenal intro. Thank you. Wow. Wow.
Come closer, come closer. I want you both close to me here now.
Wow.
Yes.
What an intro.
Yeah, how does that
And
feel?
you're right, it's really hot up here.
Yeah, it is hot up here.
Yeah.
We have to help each other take our pants, Sahara.
Aubergines?
Yes, I'm obsessed with aubergine.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's a berry. Not very many people know that.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting berry which has a phenomenal flavor, and it's actually quite interesting because I've loved it since I was 11, 12, my first try of the aubergine. And then I've just continued. And since traveling around in the region, it's like this, it started as a joke and then became real, because in sales meetings I was telling people this is actually an excuse for me to eat aubergine when I was out in Beirut and in Jordan and in Cairo. And I just realized when I told them, which was an honest confession, I'm here to eat aubergine, something changed in their faces. So what started as a really hardcore sales meeting ended up them going, you have to meet my grandmother, she has a special recipe. And then I started doing my research properly about the aubergine. Okay, I'm doing a proper tangent on aubergine now. But
Keynote speaker, aubergine 2016.
the cool thing is, it's the base ingredient in the kitchen throughout the region of the Middle East. So in the Levant, in North Africa, in the Gulf, in Palestine, and in Israel. And then I started thinking, what if we could use that as some sort of key for diplomacy in the region? So it's still just a thought, and I haven't figured it out. But now that I've got it on camera, now I have to solve it.
Now we have to do it, now we have to solve it, and we're going to solve the aubergine question tonight, and we're also going to solve a question within the startup hub world, because I've been reading, I've been listening, and I've been talking to people, and I know that you have experience from like startup hubs in like Beirut, in like Damascus, in like Cairo. So I'm so curious to know, is there big differences between Stockholm, London, Berlin, with these countries which in my eyes is very far away? Is there some differences, or how do you see on this question?
Interesting, and I think that's a good starting point in terms of understanding the startup ecosystem. And throughout Almedalen now, we've been in lots of digital seminars with lots of buzzwords: pivot, disrupt, etc. Right? And if you go to a similar meetup in Beirut, in Amman, in Cairo, in Baghdad, it's the same. The bullshit lingo and the buzzwords is the same, and the core energy and passion of building businesses is the same. One thing that's actually different, which I was reflecting on the other day, is the gender diversity piece. So if you look on a global scale at startups, co-founders of startups, 10% have female co-founders globally. And I don't think co-founders are actually the only people that are entrepreneurial and take risk in this business. But if you just look at that statistic, in the Middle East, 23% have female co-founders. And if you look at the Gulf, 35% of tech startups have female co-founders. So that's actually a difference. They have a much more diverse ecosystem.
Okay. Can you tell me about some entrepreneur you met, some tech entrepreneur? Like, how many met a tech entrepreneur or a startup entrepreneur from one of these countries before? Like, been in 2 hands, 3 hands? Yeah, 3. 3.5. That was a half.
I want to. It's a wannabe. Yay! I like
That's a
that.
wannabe, yeah.
Energy in the right direction.
Can you tell us, have you met some kind of entrepreneurs? How can we connect with them? Can we connect with these entrepreneurs? And how do we do if we want to connect with entrepreneurs in the Middle East?
Yes. Okay. So there's a few sub-questions to that, which I think is interesting. One is if you go to Cairo, if you go to Beirut, or if you go to Dubai, it's actually very similar to what we see here in terms of people are innovating in the space of marketplaces, SaaS software pieces, similar stuff that you're doing, apps, gaming, whatever. So I think it's definitely worth having a visit, and you'll find your equivalent co-founder in that region that's competing with you. And the universities are great. If you look, though, into maybe into Baghdad, into Fallujah, and in Erbil in Iraq, or Aleppo and Damascus in Syria, you obviously have a layer of a conflict on top of that, which is different. Buzzwords are the same, though, and the energy to build businesses are the same, but you have a different layer of complexity. And yes, there's a lot of stuff to do, and I'm working to helping Swedish entrepreneurs, or actually Swedes, anyone.
Swinglishmen?
Swinglishmen in particular, to mentor up and sit over Skype.
So what can these people do over here who want to connect?
Well, they can email me and they can say, yay, I'm a wannabe like he is, and I want to spend an hour or 2 hours a month over Skype and chat with an entrepreneur. And just to counter the potential question that you're asking yourself, what can I do? I don't know anything about software, SaaS, startup, etc. It's actually quite irrelevant. When we mentor here in Stockholm, or in Berlin, or in London, 90% of what you do as a mentor and coach is listen. And you go, dude, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And you punch him. And you can do that over Skype, which is just listen, understand, and have someone to bounce ideas off of. So you don't have to be an expert, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so if you want to connect with entrepreneurs from the Middle East, connect with Aurora about this one.
Yeah.
But Andreas, I'm going to ask a question to you right now as well, because now we have a person who is working with the Middle East and so on.
Yeah.
So and your organization is going on a really interesting journey because you raised capital to your organization to take this even forward.
Yeah.
And one phenomenon called impact investments, and Niklas Adelbert, the entrepreneur from Klarna, he is one of the entrepreneurs who has invested in, just arrived, right?
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal. Well done.
Yeah.
That's worth a round of applause.
Yeah,
thank you.
That is awesome.
We are super proud of that.
How do you see why does entrepreneurs like Niklas want to invest in this? How was your conversation with Niklas to get him on board on this
exactly.
journey?
Well, I'm not the investor. I mean, Aurora is working with those questions, but I believe what Niklas is doing specifically is, if you look at a normal investor, they are asking themselves one question: what is the return of my investment? How many dollars and cents kronor och ören will I get back from my investment? When it's about impact investment, you ask yourself the same question, but what's the return of my investment in terms of impact? How am I influencing the world and the society that is surrounding me? And that's what Niklas is doing now with his Norrsken Foundation.
Yeah.
And we are a part of that now. And I believe that he's going to do really cool stuff. We want to support him and help him, and we are definitely going in the same direction and on the same journey in helping new arrivals in Sweden.
Cool. What are your thoughts about return of impact?
Because I think, and we were having the chat outside before we got on stage today, even though the KPI might be different in terms of dollars and impact, and this might sound unnecessarily cynical, but I'm all about the results, so I'm going to be cynical about these things. And that is the investment either way, either if it's media or the investor or people that are going to volunteer, it's going to be in you. And it's going to be in a combination of the grandness of the vision that you create and our belief that you will carry through that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's an app or a software piece or an impact.
Sure. Yeah.
We're going to believe in you, and we're going to take the decision in our gut and then potentially validate that in Excel afterwards. And the other thing, which also goes for most tech startups, including an impact one, and I wouldn't be afraid to think about it in those terms, is the power of vanity. People want to do good, and they want people to know that they're doing good. And you can enable that in an elegant way, which means I can help you, and you can help me show my community my commitment to that. And you can criticize me for being cynical in that, but for me, it's about the result. If you get enough big names to help you achieve it, you will get more people in the workplace. And that's actually what is important in terms of impact here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did the vanity piece on me outside there. Would you like to sit in my advisory board? And I felt completely for it and said yes, so it works.
Nice, we have a connection. You said yes?
Of course I did.
Give them a warm
Vanity
applause.
works.
Good.
Yeah, but I believe the vanity part of it is crucial, of course. But I also believe that there has to be some sort of purpose, something that is very authentic and real that people need to connect to.
The vanity won't work unless it's connected to something that's genuine.
Yeah.
So you won't be proud unless you believe in it. So I think that naturally happens.
Right. Yeah.
Interesting. Simon Sinek, he talks a lot about finding your why and why you do it.
Yeah,
And people don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. So I think you're like talking the same language, and it's good friction. I think this can be really good advisory board meeting, you two together.
Yeah.
What do you think about that one? You can see it in front of you. The water is flying in the air, and they're like, "Yeah, let's do this," and then you get connected.
We're gonna eat aubergine.
Yeah.
See, vanity works. I was like, let's eat aubergine. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
You change your office name to Aubergine Office, and it's
Exactly.
No, that's my name. You can't have it.
like, okay, can we fight? We're gonna do like this. I don't want to tear you apart, but we're gonna do some final questions to see like how you are as an entrepreneur, how you are as dreamers, how you are as investors, and how you are as inspirational people. So I have, of course, 2 inspirationals like this, and I want to have one of each of you. And this is like really deep questions. So I want like this can be this is gonna happen now. So we have to like see like I'm building up the.
I'm excited.
Yep.
Super excited. I'm a bit nervous actually.
So.
Can I win?
Yes, you can win.
Okay, fine.
The thing is that.
Can I win?
No!
Please?
Yes, you can win.
No.
The audience will tell afterwards who won.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. We are not comparing. We are just winners, everyone, okay? So everyone can take a quick.
Boo. We're entrepreneurs. We're here to do world domination. We're here to build.
It was like when I was playing brännboll, we call it in Sweden, brännboll, playing a big ball, and it was like everyone was like the same. It was tie every time we play. So like we can't win this game, but we're not playing brännboll right now. We're playing.
Thank God.
We're playing something else. So as an entrepreneur, eating candy during the week. You looked at her. Yes, candy. You go for the aubergine.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
I don't have time for candy.
But you like the candy anyway.
Yeah, of course. Nature candy, cashew nuts.
Dude, you're such a suck up. They're not going to buy that shit.
Okay, I think it's
next question.
I think the best to do right now is to do like this and then ask the next question. So the next question is: do you often go to sleep before midnight? Do you often go to sleep before midnight? Yeah, I'm not the same here, no.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like this very religious 6-hour, 90-minute cycle. I've taken this to a very nerdy level.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes.
Could you tell us?
I have to tell you. So the trick is sleep in 90-minute cycles, because then after 90 minutes you sleep the lightest, which means that you wake up easier. And so you sleep either 4.5 hours, 6 hours, 7.5, 9. 9, no one has time for fucking 9. 7.5, maybe, but 6. So 11:30 to to 5:30.
You sleep in 90-minute cycles.
Your body sleeps in 90
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, okay,
so,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
just me. All of them do.
Take notes on this one, take notes. We
need
got
to
this
discuss
recorded
this,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, we have to take the next question now. For a startup entrepreneur, do you recommend to have a business plan or not? Creating a business plan, yes or no, for a startup entrepreneur or an entrepreneur in an early age?
Wow, we are.
Interesting, interesting. Yes, what are your thoughts about it?
Well, of course, having a plan of some sort. But like, no, the business plan isn't it. Say I invest in you. I bet you anything, it's not going to look like that in 18 months. So I am always investing in you and some sort of your dream and your ability to do it. And the business plan, fine. It looks good. And we're going to show it to the media. But it's not.
Yeah, as for us, I believe that a part of our, if we could call it success, is that we could actually, we've been talking about our vision. We have a very very big vision. But that we could also show how we are going to execute and how we are going to reach our goals has been very crucial. And so I agree with you. I mean, what is it called? Business canvas plan is not what we have done.
The most boring shit ever.
Exactly, exactly.
It's going to be good meetings, I already said it.
Yeah.
It's going to be good meetings. Yes, my ladies and gentlemen, I see that the time is running and I see we got more questions here. So
Time is running. That's an interesting expression.
yeah, we say that in Sweden, like time is walking and time is running. So Swinglish, my upbringing, it was a tough.
Time is running. There's a tweet somewhere there, but yeah.
How do you say it in the
Flying.
flying?
Yeah,
Time is running.
yeah.
With one-
I love it.
Me too.
Yeah,
That's
it's really
brilliant.
good. Yeah.
Can I tell a quick one? One time I said like himmel och hav. How do you say that in Swedish? That Swedish expression. Did someone?
You just said it.
Yeah.
Is it? It's more himmel
How
or
are we going to help him now?
Yeah, that's a tough
Get out
one.
of this one. Yeah.
I will have to save this one. The
Okay,
thing
yeah,
is
the
that
last
when
one,
we say one, it can create new ones. So we just created a one. So now we're running with the time. Yeah, that was one.
Running with the time. It's getting even better. Yeah.
So we got many questions from the audience. So my question for you is: will you stay here afterwards a little while, or are you going to run to the next thing? So are you going to stay? Yes or no?
To running or staying?
Are you going to stay here and when the event finish,
Yeah.
or you have to go straight away?
I'm sure there's a joke somewhere with just arrived, but I'm too tired. to think about it.
Probably.
It just arrived, a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
No, okay, so you're on the way to go, but you're staying a
This
while.
is my first Almedalen, so I'm learning. I'm a bit of a rookie here, and there's so much to do, and I've been completely overbooked. So I've got three more dinners now. So unfortunately,
But you
it's
have
bad for the waistline and for timekeeping. That's apparently running away.
put the aubergine back you up from the beginning, liksom.
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 Genius.
I froze it. The Swinglish man wants to say like this, that we have opened up some opportunities here tonight. Aurora, you said that people can email you if they want to connect with,
Most definitely.
if they want to connect with entrepreneurs from the Middle East.
Yep.
Is that,
Vanity works, so if you want to tweet before,
is
that's
that,
fine.
is that a still thumb up on that one? That's a good one. More opportunities. If people want to sign up for Just
Yeah.
Arrived,
Yeah.
how do they do?
You go to justarrive.sc and you sign up.
I've signed up.
You did?
Yeah, a few weeks ago. So I'm waiting for some sort of
Oh,
call to
really?
action.
Oh, yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, you know, we have this.
Send the check
yeah,
here. Yeah.
Exactly. It's kind of exclusive, you know. So yeah, yeah.
You're fantastic.
Fuck off.
If we can have this slide up again here. Actually, we have some special gifts for our two eminent guests.
Oh, really?
So this is a
Yay.
Swedish.
Or what is
Yeah,
it?
hooray. This is chocolate, so it melted now, so you can see it. It can really like this. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This is a Swedish innovation, not a Swinglish innovation. This is a Swedish innovation. So I'm going to show you a picture over here, so if you can see it.
Cool.
So this is an invention, which is that you can just pull this in your ear, and with beautiful Bluetooth, magical things happening, and it can just play music without no things in between.
Really?
So
Wow.
this is the deal, Swedish innovation.
Thank
So we're going to give you one of these, and we want you to listen to each other when you have meetings. So this your first advisory board meeting can go with this one. So thank you, Erin, and thank you too for this one. But sit one more minute. But we give them a warm applause for this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's lovely.
Wow.
You're ready to try them on right now, yeah?
Yeah, of course, of course.
This is the classic trait of the entrepreneur. Obsessive. Can't wait. Must open.
curious.
Must do a run.
Yeah, can you see the differences between these entrepreneurs? Can you see that this is an entrepreneur and this is an investor? Of course, entrepreneur as well in my eyes, but like the two different types.
Would you describe yourself as an entrepreneur? Have you ever been?
You know what? I think calling yourself an entrepreneur is a bit pretentious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I build businesses.
Yeah.
I do shit.
Yeah.
I fail.
Yeah.
I invest.
You're an entrepreneur.
She's a doer.
She's a doer.
Well, I was warning when you presented her. I did give her a good presentation, like this is the rock star woman. So I did warn you. I did warn you. So we can do a quick one more time.
Humanity.
Feel at your neighbor a little bit. Careful. It's your new neighbor, but you've been sitting next to this person for a while. So does it feel good? Yeah, it feels good. Then we're gonna. This night is gonna continue. We can see if we can answer some more questions afterwards, and the questions have come in.
Yeah, we're not going to do the questions from the screen. No.
Just a warning. I've seen the questions. One is, what's your phone number? Which
Oh,
I
yeah.
think is interesting, so be careful.
I think that one was for you.
We can. I don't want to hold the people as hostages here, but we can have one more question to see like what's open. And then we have to close it. Or we're going to do like this. We're going to do like this. Can you stay for like 5 more minutes here in the building? Or yes, you can stay 5 minutes.
Yay.
So we can do like this, because we're gonna open up now for open space, and we can have some more conversations together. But then we're gonna go to Fotografiska for those people who wanna join there up at Stortorget. We say it in Sweden. So who can't find the Stortorget, just follow the crowd. So we're gonna walk up to Fotografiska and have some nice after party over there. So people who wanna join there, we can go there. Nice. But Aurora just promised us 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes. So the persons who want to talk with Aurora afterwards can do that, and the persons who want to talk with Andreas, you will also be here to do that. And we can also answer the questions after here. But do you want to connect with entrepreneurs in the Middle East? Do you want to sign up for Just Arrive? Do that today with these amazing, amazing, amazing people. And I want everyone to like take start where we're all beginning about welcoming people. Yeah. So I want us to stand up at our places. And I know if can we Swinglish? Can we get some music, small music, like big music, like Avicii music, kind-ish something?
Small, big music. You know that.
Maybe some Kanye West or
Kanye West, yeah.
No.
Nice to see you. But first of all, we can like move your body. We have been sitting down for a while now, so move your body. Everyone is sniffing. Someone is doing the snake, and and then you can bend your knees as well. Bend your knees.
Sure.
Bend your knees. This is frisky and sweaties. And now, can we get some more music? Can you hear the music? Or am I just imagining the music? Can we take a little bit louder?
Sunshine, it is in your head.
It is in my head, yeah.
Yeah.
There's it coming, yeah. A little bit louder, a little bit louder. It's going up like an airplane. Not sus, they strike sometimes, so don't do that. But we can do like this. Okay, we do like this. We do the more even challenge. We're going to do a welcome dance right now with everybody in here. So we're going to welcome the evening, we're going to welcome the day tomorrow, and we're going to welcome the moment now. So we're going to start a dance. After we give the last applaud, I want every one of you to, at least for like 20 seconds, move your body like you never moved your body before. Yeah, that's the challenge. So first of all,
on stage, Brother Curve.
On stage, and we will also see how these two persons have ever moved their body ever before. So, do you accept the challenge as well?
Can't wait.
Yes, can't wait. So, my ladies and gentlemen, now we close the evening of Startup Grind 2016. We have 2 enormous, inspiring guests. You can ask them questions afterwards. We give them a warm applause, and then we loud up the music, and then we do our 20 seconds. Welcome dance, happy dance, which we never, ever done before. So a warm applause to Aurora and Andrea. And now we put on the music, and now there's 20 seconds start. Now.
motherfucker.
Do we have any music?
Louder music.
Wow.
Without music.
I'm such a
There's
bad
joke of-
dancer.
There's a joke here.
Yeah, come on, it's 12 seconds left. I can see you over there, yeah, that's good. That's good. Then we have the snake.
I think we're done. God. Kram.
We were born to fly, so let's keep living till it all falls down. Let's close